are a little bit wary of Akil Hussein. They don't want to lose 2 or 3 in the power play.
Absolutely. It's their best bowler. Captain Hussein would look to pick up another here in the power play. Being cautious there, Rohit, trying to force it in the offside, but it wouldn't be easy that with that incoming angle.
Such a skill, isn't it? The arm ball is something that he goes to an awful lot, and Nepal won't have had much exposure to Akil Hussein. You just see here, he comes wide of the crease, and look at how far this comes in. The initial line is almost out towards the guideline, and it swings in like a boomerang or a banana. Cleans him up. Exceptional bowling. And one captain dismisses the other. The pressure was building. And the West Indies, well, back into their groove in this second match.
Yeah, big mistake there by Rohit Podal. Trying to force it. Bringing out the big hoik in the leg side. A big gap between the bat and pad, and it goes through. Again, it's the Captain Hussein who gets over Captain Rohit Podal. He has to go for 3 of 10. Nepal lose their second wicket for 14.
Come on, Akil. No more sixes, huh? Yeah. Too many sixes last game. Keep going, Akil. Akim! You want him so much? That's your leg stick.
Kushal Malla, he was really good 48 hours ago. Put on 58 alongside the captain who's just been dismissed, Rohit Podal. Cleaned up by his opposite number for 3 of 10. Mala's real talent is that X factor of hitting sixes. Hit a couple the other evening. Possibly the left arm off spinner will be counteracted better by the left-hander. This was a wonderful piece of bowling, Sharad.
Absolutely. Look at the way it came in. Wide of the angle, pitched and came in sharply. Didn't get the length, Rohit, to hit that shot. Just went through it, but completely missed it. Bamboozled the stump.
Yeah, 30 Malla made, allied with Skipper's 38 in that really good third wicket partnership that started to make Nepal believe after what was a very nervy start in the opening game. Very similar here tonight.
Yeah, he needs to carry on. He has the highest strike rate in Team Nepal. They will need them in this situation as well. Asif Sheikh looking better in this game.
Oh my word!
A little fortunate for Asif Sheikh to just do enough to keep that out. Will get the single. No doubt Nepal are in trouble though. 4 bowled, it's 16 for 2.
Mm-hmm. 63 matches for Kushal Bertel, who's departed. Jason Holder into the attack. West Indies' most successful bowler in the first T20I is dispatched for 4. Parish off his first ball.
Good evening, everyone. That was a beautiful shot by Asif Sheikh, the opener. Leaning to the drive. excellent shot, piercing the gap on the offside. That is a copybook shot. Again, beautifully done by Asif Sheikh.
Jason Holder will be the only one who knows whether that was an error ball or he was looking for swing early. Does he pull his length back a little bit now? Yeah, just a little.
Again, trying to force that on the offside, getting that inside edge back to short fine leg for a single. Nepal need a partnership like what they did in the first game. Rohit Podel and Kushal Malla having a very good partnership.
Legs up, covering leg. Coming over for you, 4 to go.
Yeah, I believe it's given the strength, the relative strengths of both teams, you have to scrap for every run and the balance of power. And the reason I'm saying that is, yes, it is a West Indies team, but it is a West Indies team that is bereft of a number of first-choice players. So a number of young batters who are not accustomed to having the lead roles and playing that frontline option apart from Kyle Mayers in that top order.
Hit it straight down the ground by Kushal Malla. That's umpires are checking whether it's carried all the way or one bounce. That was hit straight as an arrow by Kushal Malla. He's very good in lifting the ball up from the 30-yard circle.
And I wouldn't say it was a bad delivery either. It's just a high-class shot. The presentation of the bat face through the line of the ball. And Jason Holder will know that he perhaps can't be that close to Kushal Malla in future, so just 4. But it's a welcome boundary.
Kushal Malla just picked it up, hit it on the up, straight towards the bowler's head. One bounce over the boundary line. A good comeback ball by Jason Holder. Yorker length. Very, very experienced. Holder took 4 wickets in the first game.
Yeah, the Yorker that followed this shot, which gives us a good sighting of it just landing short. Going full again was brave bowling. I certainly would have been looking now to pull my length back, maybe back edge of a good length.
That was a full toss. Kushal Malla was surprised by that ball. After 5, Nepal 25 for 2.
Adil into the team today for Nepal. Bertel and Podel already gone. And Akil Hussain, who's picked up those wickets, continues for a 3rd. It's a lovely shot. Magnificent stroke.
This time around, Asif Sheikh playing the ball over the 30-yard circle. This is his 2nd boundary. Picked it up again nicely. Deliberately went over the top because power play is still running. Ian, I think this is an unusual field for a left-arm spinner. You don't see a long off.
Yeah, usually you find that man down at long off if he's looking to spin the ball away. What he has to do is be into the pitch in the way that he got Bertel and Podel. Not full of length, but into the surface. Sort of like that. And misfield goes for 4. Back-to-back boundaries And two lovely shots from Asif Sheikh.
Yes, this time around it was a bit shorter and quicker through the air by Akil Hussain. Went to the back foot and cut it very fiercely, beating the fielder at cover point. Even though it was a misfield, nevertheless a boundary for Nepal.
They got 34 for 2 in their power play in the previous game, the first T20I. Field has been strengthened on the offside. Smart. Fielder was taken out of mid-wicket previous ball and put into the offside, and it's stuck there for what?
Yes, two back-to-back boundaries and a single for Asif Sheikh. Just rotating the strike. The left-hand, right-hand combination can disrupt the bowler's line and length. That is what these two Nepalese are trying to do. Talking about Akil Hussain, he's such a clever campaigner, clever bowler. The arm ball that he bowls, like we saw what Kushal Bhurtel had coming into him. And even Rohit Porul, the captain, who tried to slog sweep that ball, the ball coming into the right-hander and getting him keen bowled. Kushal Malla giving himself a bit of time, his natural and aggression.
Mind of the two deep fielders are at long on and deep mid-wicket. And the reason why I'll allude to what I said earlier, that you have to scrap, is because there are two batting lineups that are not necessarily going to score 190, 200 for you, not often anyway. And Nepal fields so well and use their bowling so strategically that the West Indies have to believe here that they need to limit them to something under 150. That'll be the goal. Whether they do that, only time will tell. It's good batting. It really is good batting. He got the length to play the shot again to close out the power play. 39 for 2.
Fourteen runs coming off the last over of the power play, courtesy Asif Sheikh and Kushal Malla. This is the power play flag, which nicely tucked away off his pads. This one plumb in front, Akil Hussain. And we are talking about this shot. Rohit Porul trying to slog sweep back. This is incredibly good shot by Kushal Malla. Asif Sheikh again going over the top.
And I understand why Akil Hussain chose to bowl a third. He had 2 for 4 from 2 overs. Usually he would press for a third. But good on Nepal and these two batters to take advantage of the final power play over. Now the middle overs, crucial. You've got Bidesi who will come into the attack. Zishan Mutara on his international debut. Fabian Allen was a little expensive in the first game. West Indies have gone with the extra spin option tonight.
Yes, identifying that the pitch is a little bit on the slower side. That is why they went with an extra spinner. Very well bowled back of the length by Jason Holder. Asif Sheikh wanted to take a run, but Kushal Malla sent him back.
Yeah, that's kind of where after Jason Holder was struck, that was my option. He bowled an attempted yorker, 2 attempted yorkers, 1 was a full toss. That's sort of where I thought he might have gone after being struck down the ground. And there are different ways of operation.
That's way down the leg side. I think he tried to attempt an in-swinger. You can see the wrist position. That was, the seam was facing the fine leg fielder.
Yeah, he's experienced enough, Jason Holder, to know what he wants to. My option, and there are different ways, as I said, of doing it, would be asking them to play slightly more off the back foot. Not that one is right or wrong, because they're driving the ball well. So I would want to find out anyway what the back foot game looks like.
You're absolutely right, Ian. Jason Holder, very experienced player, a very good campaigner. He knows what to do, what not to do. That is why he's bowling back at the length. I want to see one bouncer to Asif Sheikh to get him to the back foot, not let him in to drive.
Leg side field is strengthened. 3 deep fielders at mid-wicket, square leg and long on. Trouble at the bowler's end, trouble. He gets back. I think he gets back. That was outstanding fielding, though, by Zishan Motara at backward point. Oh, did he get back?
Zishan, boy.
West Indies believe they have their man.
This is the first time we've seen in 2 matches between the 2 Nepali batters misunderstanding. That was a very good fielding at backward point.
Gone by a foot at least. I thought he got back, my error. That's good from Zishan Motara on debut. That's a sort of fielding that we've seen from Nepal, and that's the energy the West Indies need to bring with their youngsters in the field. Young kid from Barbados on debut, fielding in those hot spots at backward point. And Kushal Malla goes for 7, 43 for 3.
Get one to a man.
Sandeep Jora in at 5. One of the things the West Indies would have talked about is being more intense in the field. Motara has done that. And Holder has now pulled his length back for the 2nd consecutive delivery. But that piece of fielding was outstanding.
Yes, it was. That created the run out. Kushal Malla back in the hut. Talking about Sandeep, let's look at the wicket again. Excellent dive. And threw the ball very quickly to Jason Holder. The throw was accurate, and the rest of doing by Jason Holder.
Yeah, that's more like it. That's more West Indian stuff. Wide signal, though. It does not please Holder any.
Yeah, we all thought that was a very good bumper by Jason Holder, but given as a wide. The batsman Sundeep Zora had to take evasive action. It was headed directly to his helmet.
25 for 3.
You going extra cover? Huh? You going extra cover? Bowling change coming, right arm over.
West Indies with Zishan Mutara coming in today, as well as Jediah Blades.
Yeah.
No Obed McCoy.
Good.
Ramon Simmons, 2 left-arm seamers left out for a fellow left-arm seamer and a wrist spinner. And one of those wrist spinners who was bowled well in the first game, Navin Badesi into the attack.
Oh yes, Navin, sweet.
Very good start, very left arm from the first game.
Wicket to wicket.
Took 3 wickets in the first game. He doesn't turn the ball so much, but he's very, very accurate.
And bowls a good length, and his journey has been a fascinating one for me because he comes from the same country, Trinidad and Tobago, but he emanates more from the northeast of the country, where I come from the north.
Keep going up. Come on, Navin.
He went to his primary school up in that part of the country, and then to Queen's Royal College in Port of Spain. And he talks about having to wake up to leave home at 3 o'clock in the morning to travel from where he lived in Biche to Queen's Royal College and then return home at 5:36 in the evening. And his control of length in that first T20 international was remarkable and creditable.
Hit it over extra cover, Asif Sheikh. Yet another boundary for him. Excellently played by Asif Sheikh over the extra cover. This was slightly fuller delivery by Naveen in the slot. Nicely done by Asif Sheikh.
Better.
Good cricket all round by Asif Sheikh, hitting a 4 and taking a single, rotating the strike again.
And the boundary actually brought up the 50 for Nepal. And Badesi has to get back to his good length. That's better. That's the length. Don't experiment too much initially. 52 for 3.
Casey do long off.
Well, the 50s come up in good style too. Asif Sheikh is anchoring this innings. But after what feels like a rather needless run-out, not even a dive attempted by Kushal Malla to try and regain his ground at the non-striker's end. It's left Nepal in a slightly difficult position, as we'll see the debutant. Leg spin from both ends and given the treatment immediately, over-pitched by young Zishan. And spanked away for 4 by Asif Sheikh, who's looking very good, as I welcome Carlos Brathwaite.
Yeah, nice shot from Asif Sheikh, getting into his innings nicely. Hit wide of long off. Looks powerful, but it's classy as well.
Wouldn't have been too many times a West Indian 11 would have fielded 2 specialist wrist spinners.
Yeah, it's a good change. Something that West Indies fans, I think coaches, all and sundry have been crying out for.
Well, ball,
And it's still a work in progress. I don't think because you have two worse spinners all of a sudden now we'd be able to get 20 wickets straight off the bat. But series like this is so important to be able to test them. It's a level up from breakout. They will always get a chance or a fair chance or a long enough run in the CPL. So this is where you sink or swim.
And just the two appearances in the CPL this year for the Barbados Royals. 19 professional appearances in total, but what a special moment. You remember that moment yourself when you got your first cap, Carlos? Slug sweep comes out, finds the gap and finds four. Good identification of length from Sundeep Jora, and well put away.
Yeah, as soon as he's been a bit full, they've attacked. They know the length they want to attack. They're finding the angles nicely.
Up around the corner, and a very nervy first over for the youngster is dispatched away for 13. Nepal on the rise at 65 for 3. Just a little surge for Nepal. Despite that run out of Kushal Malla, they've continued to attack the inexperienced wrist spinners. 20 have come from the last 2 overs. Real challenge for wrist spinners, whoever they're playing against, coming into international cricket.
Yeah, not with much cricket behind either of them, to be fair to them.
I was asking you what receiving your first cap was like. What's something like this, getting tips and knowledge passed on by a West Indian legend to you?
Yeah, it'd be important, and not necessarily from a leg spin perspective. Not sure how many leg spinners Bish has bowled, but you know, talking about understanding tactics, kind of an acceptance of where he is. And I have had the pleasure of talking to Bish before games, and it actually kind of calmed me down a lot. A lot of times it's him trying to find out different things from the player. And as a player, it soothes you because someone with the stature of Ian Bishop is asking you about how you see the game and allowing you to share your nuggets with him. So yeah, I think it's mighty important, and after a good showing, it would have felt good for him to have a chat with someone like Ian Bishop, both from Trinidad, made him feel really comfortable. And you know, it's such a highly charged area, international cricket. You always try to find those bits that soothe you before or after a game.
Just beats the cover fielder and is going to race ever so closely to the rope. It's now giving it a kiss. That will be 4. Not sure it was the strongest effort from the captain at cover in Akil Hussain, and then behind him the former captain Jason Holder doesn't really follow it up. The end result will be 4.
Yeah, this is where Nepal definitely won the first game in the field, whether it was with run-outs or saving runs on the boundary.
They're just so quick between the wickets. They do all the basics right, and it was those 1%ers that proved the difference.
Yeah, 100%. And you thought West Indies started a little bit better with Zishan Matar at point effecting the run-out, but it hasn't continued in that direction. It's something they need to change in the final 10 overs if they're so to salvage this game.
Well, all of a sudden it feels as though the honours are even. The West Indies, no doubt, had the best of the first half of that first session, but Nepal are surging thanks to a good partnership. It's worth 31 now. And as we get to the halfway stage of the first innings, it'll be time for the players to take in a drink, with Nepal at 74 for 3. Asif Sheikh, star of the show thus far, striking at more than 150. And Sandeep Jora has come in. This is his role, to play, to work it around, to allow the power hitters to come in after. The likes of Dipender Singh Airi and Gulshan Jha, and the returning Mohammad Adil Alam. Here's the 3 wickets that have fallen. Kushal Bertel got himself in a horrible tangle. And Rohit Powell probably just felt the pressure of the dot balls building up against him. And then this was probably the unforgivable one, a real mix-up. Marvellous work by the youngster at backward point, combining with Jason Holder to catch Kusal Mala short. And he was run out for 7. Lots of spin options for the West Indies tonight. Fabian Allen, an experienced one of those. He comes into the attack now for the first time with the 2 right-handers at the crease. And the talk you would imagine, Carlos, for the West Indies in that drinks break will be that they need to break this partnership, as they do take on the single. That could have been close. He's a fantastic, a phenomenal fielder, Fabian Allen. The initial stop was very good. Could this have been out with a direct hit?
Definitely it's close. You talk about fielding and fielding prowess. I think Fabian Allen is up there with one of the best in the world. Slight fumble on the return, but up quickly and would have been gone. Would have been gone.
You talk about him being one of the best fielders in the world. Kareem Agor's catch the other day comes with that pedigree from the USA days. I think this was out. I think you're right. Gone, and gone for all money. To even turn that into an opportunity was marvellous athleticism. But you must have been impressed by Nepal's fielding, not just Dipender Singh Airi, who you knew all about, having played with him at the GT20, but Kushal Bertel too.
Yeah, it was a good fielding performance. I think the intensity is what I loved. A lot of men fast across the ground. They get to the ball quickly. They look hungry. And it's the one thing, if regardless of sport that you play, if you are the underdog, you know that you have to get the 1%ers right. You know you have to, in cricket, do the basics. That's fielding, that's turning ones into twos, that's turning twos into ones when you're in the field, being really tight almost having a siege mentality. And if the big dog isn't up to the mark, you can outgun them with your basics versus their skills.
I know they'll have been well prepped, and I'm not saying they were underestimating Nepal, but do you feel they were surprised by particularly the speed to the ball that the fielders showed? Swept very powerfully and swept for four. A controlled stroke of the highest quality. Asif Sheikh going through the gears nicely. It's 80 for three. Really good shot, this one.
Yeah, off the stumps, but he swept off length. Saw it was back into the pitch, and what I like about it is you rolled his wrist nicely, getting all the back over the ball and into the ground.
Chance coming left arm round. Come on, kid. Yo. Go, kitty.
Really good platform for Nepal. Very, very humid evening out there. West Indies probably just starting to feel the pressure a touch, so much so the captain has said, now's the time for me to bowl my fourth and final over.
Yeah, there'll be that 140 in the mind of the West Indian players. They couldn't chase it for 150 in the first game. They know almost have that as a target. They don't want Nepal to reach. So I think psychologically being in this situation, they're feeling the pressure a bit.
Yes, Akil. Yes, Akil.
And even if this is a tight over, let's say it goes for 2 or 3, Nepal still have a position whereby they might better their score from 2 days ago.
And I think if the West Indies look after the middle, they'll think that how the innings subsided in the first game, that they can do something similar and restrict Nepal. However, we know in cricket, wickets in hand are so important, and they would think that with wickets in hand, it's possible for them to finish better than they did in the first game, and that would be the cause of concern. So Akil Hussain has brought himself back to try to make a breakthrough. Asif Sheikh going well on 48 off 31, Joro better than a run of ball. So this is a seasoned partnership, and he's seen the importance of having to break it.
It's a remarkably similar position to 2 days ago, because at the end of the 12th over in that historic win for Nepal, they were 82 for 3. So almost a carbon copy. They posted 148 that night. They'd like a few more, I suspect, with the fact that Akil Hussain will be bowled out in 2 deliveries' time.
Gotcha.
Going to take on the quick single, and Sheikh had to hurry. An appeal from Akil Hussain, a delayed one. He says, how is that, umpire? Umpire has a think and says, no, we won't go upstairs. Safe single.
Yeah, just think it should have been more of a chance. It's not close at all. So could it have been a crooked throw? Could Akil Hussain be behind the stumps to have the catch and go back? Questions are being asked of a young West Indies fielding team, but youth should mean exuberance and intensity.
And it's a very good set, as always, from Akil Hussain. He'll finish with the marvellous figures. Well, 4 overs, 2 for 21. It's 83 for 3.
Come on, Bobby.
Fabian Allen. There's another boundary, perhaps the first 6 of the innings. And this has been some lovely ball striking to go with 12 fours from Nepal.
Fantastic. Sandeep Zora, 24 of 17. He has come back into the side. Second match is playing in this series. Very well timed. He's a very elegant player, Sandeep. Brilliant. A 6 followed by a single.
Use the wicket, boys. Come on, boys, come on.
Let's have a look at this in the replay. Very well timed.
It's a wonderfully well compiled half century for Asif Sheikh. His 8th in T20 internationals. And he joins his brother who has a half century against the West Indies in ODIs. And the Sheikhs doing their thing.
One of the most stylish batters. He's been getting starts as well. 50 of 34. A wonderful opportunity for him to convert. Reverse it this time. Big appeal. Would have missed the stumps for sure. The younger Sheikh, Asif Sheikh. Some exquisite looking shots. Times the ball really well. Swept really hard, but straight to the field. At this time only a single. How rare is it, Ian, for both the brothers to be so good, to make it to the national side? Such proud parents. There must be in his home city in Birganj. On the back foot towards the offside. Will be a single. So 50 partnership has also come up after 13, 93 for 3.
It's wonderfully compiled. And he'll be hoping to kick on for even more, given that he's now set. Oh, very well set.
Come on, Navin. Come on, Navin. Come on, Navin, boy.
Desi again. None for 17 so far. We found it a little bit tougher today as Nepal have been a little bit more aggressive, even though they lost those 2 early wickets.
Down the track this time, full swing of the bat, the ball has gone very high, and another handsome 6 here for Sandeep Zora. Oh, he's loving it. He meditated this time, came down the track, and right thing to do as well. Nepal now getting into a very strong position and this freedom for the batters to come down the track. They're certainly looking for a score better than what they scored the first match. So 100 up as well. So Nepal getting into a fantastic position from here now. More than 6 overs to go, Ian. How do you think this pair will approach from here now?
They've got a lot of resources left. Obviously, they've got 7 wickets, Nepal. So they should be looking to get in excess of 160. That would be the theory with this partnership well established. Good running again. So that's some of the impressive stuff that they've done. They've supplemented the boundary hitting today with that excellent running that we saw in the first game.
Certainly the running between the wickets has always been a strength for the Nepalese. Kushal Malla isn't known to be that fast and he was run out. But this pair, Asif and Zora, Sandeep Zora, also an excellent runner in between the wickets. He's moved on to 35 in just 23. Another single, 12 runs of this over, 14 gone, 105 for 3.
Very good from Nepal, and this partnership has been excellent. Last 30 deliveries, 40 runs have come. And I think they've sort of, not shocked, but surprised the West Indies with the consistency of boundary hitting, the aggression that they've shown with the bat.
Could not have agreed more. The counter-attack was right on point for Nepal. That's exactly how they should have approached this game, and they did the same. And I think it has surprised the West Indies team.
Blades. And what have the spinners done? Navin Badesi's a lot more expensive than he was in that first game. He's gone at 9s. Motara's bowled 1 for 13. And Fabian Allen at 8s is not too bad. So it's not surprising they've had to go back to one of their 2 specialist seamers in Blades.
He's timing the ball really well here, Sandeep Zora. You think of Sandeep and you think of youngsters who you think have underperformed in their career. He's out of the side as well. Tremendous ability. Fantastic timer of the ball. And a very handy fielder himself. That's the VIP box there. Chaturbahadur Chand, the president of Cricket Association of Nepal. Few other board members as well.
Should be gone, should be. No one goes for it. Unbelievable. Hussain left it for Blades. Blades left it for Hussain. In the end, no one. No love lost now.
Miscommunication. One third thought the other would go for it. Eventually, none did. Very lucky this. Very fortuitous here. Is it Sandeep Zora's night? Asif, 53 of 37. He's been there right from the start. Nepal lost both its openers early in the previous game, but this time Asif has stayed there. And this is how the ball landed on no man's land. Yes, Asif probably just came in the way of the bowler, but should have been better communication anyways.
Cross seamer here again from Blades. Yeah, that's another area that the West Indies hope to improve on from the first game. There were 10 wides Yeah, I think that's where Akil Hussain has to accept that he should have gone for the catch, because Blades was definitely alongside the batter just momentarily, just there. So he was a little inhibited, which Akil Hussain should have been the one to take that.
Slow one this time, beaten up completely. Asif looking to pull that shot, pull that ball. Completely beaten up.
It's a field set that's just maybe a higher percentage of going into the surface with 4 deep fielders leg side, only 1 fielder outside of the circle offside. 2 straight on that occasion.
Another wide. This has been a consistent problem for the West Indies bowlers. Six wides already, 10 in the first match. Bonus runs here for Nepal. Beaten this time with the pace. Very tight over this time. 3 runs despite the 2 wides. 15 gone, 108 for 3.
The score after 15 overs almost runs parallel with what Nepal managed to achieve at the same point in the innings in the first game. They were 4 down then for 108, but they got strangled a little bit in the last 5, and Kyle Mayers into the attack. Sometimes you'd see Kyle Mayers a lot in this format, Sachin, use the new ball and swing it into the right-handers or across the left-handers. Occasionally he'd bowl at the back end. It's not an easy job coming to bowl your first over now in what we call the death with 2 set batters.
Did really well this time. The sound of the bat, fantastic. And first 6 for Asif. It was towards the bigger side of the ground. Fantastic shot, and he knew the ball had traveled the distance right after he struck. The sound so crispy. Nepal going on really well here.
They're not big boundaries here by any stretch of the imagination, but that was a fantastic blow. 12 fours, 3 sixes. In previous game, 8 sixes and 6 fours in their innings.
Here's the onside again. Didn't get to the middle of the bat this time, I suppose.
Speed boy.
This has been a wonderful innings by Asif. He scored 60, stayed there when his partners were falling. Nepal lost 3 early wickets. And this partnership now, 73 of 56 already. Zohra, 38 of 28. A perfect partnership that Nepal required at that point of time. Looking to go back for the second run. They decide to go for the second run. This is not even a new thing now. Nepal converting ones into twos. Almost a hallmark of Nepal's approach.
And again, one of the features and that was decisive in that first game. And they have to look now to Jason Holder with his 2 overs left to come back into the attack to look to close out the innings. He's their go-to man at the end of the innings and try to stem this wonderful partnership. It's truly been spectacular. Nepal going well, 121 for 3.
Really good partnership. It should have been broken. And I fully agree with Ian Bishop that it should have been Akil Hussain, the captain, who should have come in with his momentum, having walked in to take that catch that would have dismissed Sandeep Jura. But the life has been given, and it means Holder is called upon for a very important 2 overs. Doesn't look best pleased with a couple of the decisions tonight, but that one clearly a wide as I say good evening to Paresh Lahani. Nepal in a good position here, Paresh.
Good evening, Lenny. Yes, Nepal definitely in a very good position here. Still 7 wickets in hand. Power hitters yet to come. Gulshan Jha, Dipender Singh Aire and Adil Alam. The 3 power hitters. A very good innings by Zora and Asif Sheikh.
Big swing and a miss. You can see in that little statistic in the bottom left of your screen. Here at Sharjah in T20s this year, there's been plenty of runs on offer towards the end of the innings.
We can clearly see just 7.83 in the power play, middle overs 7.99 and 11.38 in the death overs.
Man at long on is going to watch it sail over his head. Rohit Paudel elated with that. The captain claps on as Jura finds another maximum, his 3rd. Nepal on the charge.
This was picked up very nicely by Sandeep Zora, over long on for a 6. And off cutter ball by Jason Holder. Nicely picked away by Sandeep Zora for a 6. The 3rd 6, as you said, Lenny, has moved to 49 of 33. A good partnership this, 85 of 62.
Yet another big selection call from Stuart Law has gone right. So many have called for this man to get into this T20I side more regularly. He's been given his chance, and he's shown all his class to make a 4th T20I 50. First coming against a Test nation, first against the West Indies for him. And he's played ever so well. It's come off 34 balls, 3 4s, 3 6s.
You can see the strike rate, 147.1 for Sandeep Zora. Asif Sheikh opened the batting. He's on 60 of 42. 3 6s and 3 4s for Sandeep Zora in his 50. Facing just 32 balls. 24 balls, I beg your pardon.
Holder around the wicket, Asif Sheikh. Sheikh just loses his shape completely. Good change of pace, bowled into the surface. Yeah, both of these batters, both Asif Sheikh and Sandeep Jura, tasting milestone 50s against Test nations in this format for the first time. It's just such a golden opportunity for this Nepal side.
Yes, it is. 1 up in the series, 3-match series for Nepal and West Indies. The first time a T20I bilateral series has been played by Nepal.
Man out at deep cover. He's not quite going to get there, and if anyone could have got there, it would have been Superman himself, Fabian Allen. Just checked up and dipped on him in the deep. Rohit Powell spoke about 160 at the toss. They're right on track for that and maybe more.
Absolutely, they are. If this partnership moves towards the 20th over, they might well get exception of 160. You can see the projected score there.
Good Yorker, and well dug out too by Sandeep Johra, who will keep the strike. It's 131 for 3. How much of the performances of Nepal surprised you, or were you expecting them to be really, really competitive against a side ranked 12 places above them?
To be honest, Lenny, it's not a surprise for me because they have been working really, really hard, in the Nepal team. And talking about the openers, Asif Sheikh and Kushal Bhurtel, yeah, I'm not surprised by the performance of Nepal team beating West Indies in the first game. Again, en route in the second game to a very good total, a winning total, I must say. If they cross 160 with their bowling and fielding, you never know.
Yeah, they'll certainly be confident of maybe taking an unassailable 2-0 series lead as Jediah Blades returns for his 4th and final over. I've been impressed with him. Remarkable to think of a player as talented as this 23-year-old. Just 2 appearances in the CPL this year for the Guyana Amazon Warriors.
Yeah, he is one of the pick of the bowlers for today. Jediah, 3.1 overs, just 15 runs given away by him. Under 5 runs per over for him.
Pump towards long on, and again over his head. Johra showing his power and his class to go with it. That's his 4th maximum.
Talking about Jediah bowling good overs, 3.1 overs for 15 runs. Ultimately gets a 6 in the last over of his spell.
Oh, 6 more. Massive. What a strike from Sandeep Johra. Nepal are in dreamland here.
Sandeep Johra just catching on to his partner Asif Sheikh. He's crossed his partner, 63 of just 38 deliveries. 100 partnership in 69 balls.
What a way to go to that landmark 100 partnership. That's cleared the ropes by many a mile. Outstanding strike, probably the biggest 6 of the night. Just sublime from Sandeep Johra. And Nepal fans probably can't quite believe it's already a career best for him, passing the 56 he made against PNG. That was out in Hong Kong last year. And he just keeps going, but this time I think he might have holed out. Hit it straight to the man. And the fun is going to end for the moment, but what an innings we've witnessed. Strike rate up over 160. Career best numbers for Johra, but he perishes in the hunt for 3 consecutive 6s. But we're going to maybe just have a look at the front foot, Paresh. Surely not.
Sandeep Johra just held there by the umpire to check the front foot of the bowler.
Well, Asif Sheikh knows his cricket. He said, wait, you just wait. The umpires want to have a look upstairs. Surely not, young Jediah Blades. Surely you've kept your front foot behind that line. Oh, now, I'm glad I'm not up in the box. Buddy Pradhan has all that experience. He'll have to adjudicate, is there anything behind the line? I don't know, Paresh, is my answer. I'd much rather be here than in the hot seat. This is very, very close.
It sure is. They always say the line belongs to the umpire. Is this the part when he lands the heel?
All he needs is something behind the line at the point of contact. The foot is not down at that stage. It is there. Now, is there any part of the big size 12, size 13s behind that front line? Sandeep Jura has actually gone back into his position. He feels as though this will be given as a no ball. It's ever so close. And by maybe just the barest of margins, despite Sandeep Jura having retaken his position, he thought it was a no ball from looking up at the big screen. But Buddy Pradhan said just a millimetre, just something behind the line. It means that Jura's gone for 63. It's 143 for 4.
No, you're not even that because the frame that
So close, wasn't it? You're giving it no ball, you mean? I'll give it a eight.
Young Gulshan Jat, the power hitting left-hander to the crease at number 6. He can have impact, but a wicket will always stem the momentum that Nepal have built up. Has come in a little bit of controversy because of just how close it was. He hit 2 sixes the 2 previous balls, Paresh.
That came out of the inner part of the bat, couldn't time it. He hit 2 consecutive sixes and trying to hit the third one, perishes. Nevertheless, a wonderful innings by Sandeep Jura.
Really skillful bowling. Outside of those 2 sixes, that was an outstanding spell from Jediah Blades. 1 for 27 for him. It's 143 for 4. Well, Jason Holder is a certainty to bowl one of the final 2. The big question is who's going to bowl the other one. It would be a very tall task to ask of one of the 2 young wrist spinners. Bit of say has bowled 3. Here comes Holder. He'll bowl the 19th. Paresh, I have no idea